time on WABC. Jeff Furman in for Cousin Brucey. We'll be back with the sound of the Four Seasons, and we'll tell you how you can win prizes on WABC's Truck a Lot. News 5 minutes sooner from WABC, New York.
Good evening. This is Mick George, ABC New York, with World Wrap-Up, the sound of the news this Monday, April 3rd, 1967. And in the top of the news, Mr. Truman to the hospital. Coal mine explosion in British Columbia. The New Orleans defendant talks to newsmen. Details in a moment.
This is Bill Buttell, ABC News. The unsung heroes in the Vietnam War are the soldiers who hunt and spy on the Viet Cong. There are moments of humor in this job, as one soldier tells ABC.
We saw a bunch of them come across the rice paddy one time carrying great big branches. And every time one of our planes would fly over, they just duck on the branches and keep walking. I guess they thought that the pilot would never see them that way.
ABC correspondents are there to cover every phase of the Vietnam War. Get the whole picture by hearing their reports daily on News at 55, only on the ABC Radio Network.
Now the news, and this news just in. Word from Kansas City that President Harry Truman has been taken to a hospital in Kansas City. That's former President Truman, of course. He's been taken to a hospital in Kansas City. Nature of the trouble not known at this time. Mr. Truman is 86. Serious trouble at a coal mine in British Columbia. An explosion this afternoon, and the latest count is 11 dead. Another 9 or 10 miners still trapped or missing, and 9 in hospital. That's in British Columbia at a place called Natal. Another arrest in that New Orleans Kennedy assassination case. A man by the name of Sergio Arcacha Smith has been arrested in Dallas on a warrant from Jim Garrison. Arcacha Smith says he did indeed know David Ferry, but says he cannot tell the New Orleans people a thing. Meanwhile, back in New Orleans tonight, the man who stands at the center of the Jim Garrison case gave a news conference. Clay Shaw is accused of conspiring to kill President Kennedy. Shaw is out on bail, and in the home of his lawyer tonight in New Orleans, ABC's Sam DePino asked Shaw what kind of life he's leading with this kind of charge hanging over him. And Shaw said,
I've tried to go ahead with the kind of life that I've been leading previous to this occurrence. Obviously, it's not possible to do this entirely. But by and large, I'm leading now very much the same kind of life in physical surroundings as I did before.
And Shaw said he's much encouraged by the letters he's gotten from friends all over the world. Shaw did not discuss the Garrison charges specifically, only his personal reactions to his new situation. Senator John Tower of Texas talked to ABC tonight in Washington. And Senator Tower now seems to feel that the administration has changed its policy in Vietnam. Senator Tower says,
I think that now they have a win policy. The intensification of activity in the north, the liberalization of target selection would indicate that we are now trying to do what we can to reduce or perhaps even destroy the ability of the enemy to logistically support a war in the South.
But apparently Senator Tower feels the U.S. has not gone far enough. He's still for bombing the airfields of North Vietnam. Just this afternoon, Secretary McNamara said the MiG bases would not be bombed at this time. The Postmaster General, Lawrence O'Brien, says the Post Office Department ought to be reorganized as a non-profit corporation, that it should not be a cabinet agency, even if it means he'll no longer have a job. Opening arguments at Peoria, Illinois today at the Richard Speck trial. The defense says Speck did not kill those 8 nurses in Chicago. The state of Illinois says he did and asked the jury to send Speck to the electric chair. In Florida, in the trial of Dr. Carl Capolino, they've just started picking a jury. Capolino is accused of murdering his wife, his first wife. A new day in Vietnam. The B-52s flew in from Guam again and raided in War Zone Z, and the Viet Cong hit the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment at their base camp 40 miles east of Saigon. 1 American killed. This is ABC News. They were trying to define aggression at the United Nations today. The Soviet Union seemed to be pointing at the United States as an example of aggression. The United States told the Soviets to go tell it to the Security Council. It's been almost 24 hours since the talks broke off in Washington, in those talks between AFTRA and the broadcast networks, and no further talks are scheduled. AFTRA officials are trying to get backing from other unions working in radio and TV. In Washington this afternoon, one prominent AFTRA member, Senator Everett Dirksen, was asked about his status. Senator Dirksen says he belongs to 2 AFTRA locals, and he says, well, Senator Dirksen did say that we would have to judge for ourselves what the status of his situation is, how it works out. He's still a member of AFTRA. However, he has no special plans to picket. Marshal Malinowski was buried in the Kremlin wall today. Premier Kosygin himself placed Malinowski's ashes in the wall. This is the up-to-the-minute news, ABC's World Wrap-Up.
Here's the WABC weather report. Clear, windy, and much colder tonight, with temperatures dropping into the low 40s by morning. Fair, seasonably cool tomorrow and tomorrow night, with the high tomorrow around 50. Right now, it's 39 degrees in New York under clear skies. Music and Jeff Berman for Cousin Brucey next on the home of the All-Americans, WABC New York.
More music on
77 WABC. Cousin Brucey.